What's going on today, YouTube? Back with another one, DWI to ATXF the channel, and we're going back to back today. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. We just did part 2 for the switch track install, and part 1 is already on the channel. So if you haven't already, go ahead and check those 2 out and like and subscribe to all of those, as well as this one right now. It just helps the channel out. So today we're going to continue the garage, the America's Smallest Garage series, to make it my own. So we got the NewAge 7-piece cabinet system right here, and we're going to go ahead and get this installed. It's going to wrap up the garage real nicely, in addition to the switch track flooring system. So we're going to get right into it. So the NewAge bowl, that's what I opted for width purposes. Comes really nicely packaged. So the majority of the things are pretty much already assembled. So you see the side lockers are fully assembled, just need to put the legs on. They really get it in there and they pack it well. So that piece was already in here with some styrofoam. So you can just pull this in and unpack it as needed. But this is not too heavy that you can't get it out yourself. You can just go ahead and wobble it. I am 6'4", 200 pounds, and I was able to move it. So it always helps if you have a dolly or somebody to help you. So we're gonna unpack this, get it situated, and then we will be right back. So here's the system for the legs, just some Phillips on here for the roller. Got some 12mm hex bolts. Gonna start off with these leveling screws all the way down, and I'll adjust it as needed. You should be able to just use a wrench to bring it up to level, and that's all you need for that. The mock-up right here, I just want to make sure everything was situated and just play with the placement. I'm gonna have a little bit of inches, a few inches, about 2 inches over here. That's gonna be the hidden slot. I got the backsplash popping off just for a test fit arrangement. I'm gonna swap this out because there is a outlet on the other side of this wall I'm gonna have my contractor tap into. We're gonna switch this up. So start off with the screw feet, for lack of better terms, all the way in. And then what you wanna do, if you're following, typically if you're going downhill or you got a garage, it's gonna be a natural slope. So that said, have somebody push this all the way up against the wall right here. And then from here, you can free spin this and that'll maintain the right angle square to the wall. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this off. We're gonna mark each stud and get to hitting the studs. Do a little bit of a finesse. Stuff out of here would not find the studs through here. So this is a fire retardant wall right here used to be up to code. So I think that has something to do with it. This just doesn't work good. So plan B, I did take, before this was finished up, measurements from the side on each corner, left and right, and measured exactly where that was at. Now to further confirm that, baby gate, which is a magnet that's sticking to the stud, and that's on center, and that aligns with that. So I went over to the other side, same thing right there, rinse and repeat, same thing right here, and that's the measurement again on the outside. So before I took the cabinet off, I marked the high spot, the tallest it would go, and you can kind of see that over there as well. There we go. And I marked through here the holes. So it's gonna be running laterally. So that you see this line is going straight across. To intersect that, I use the level after I measured it to draw a line. And that's what the slat wall is gonna be. And I don't have a ruler, so we use this as the straight edge. Gotta be handy, man. But we're gonna go ahead and put this back where it needs to be. Check the level on it, and we're gonna drill into the stud. I got this 2 legs in the stud, 2 separate studs. Gonna move on to bolting this on so low. Let me see if I can do it. Stud is right here. This is not a good stud finder for these walls, but trial and error, had to replay it, but that's the stud right there. So we're gonna bolt this up, or at least try. Stud finder definitely helped out. Did not miss a stud this time, so got the 2 across just fine. This garage is about 16 on center. So I got 2 and 1 stud right here because there's no stud behind there. But here I was able to leverage 2 studs. And over here, since it's gonna be 16 on center, don't worry about the mess up over there, but it's gonna be 1 stud there. So these are all connected with bolts, so they're gonna help support each other up. I did this all by myself. You can hold this up. You want to start from the right to the left or vice versa. Hold this up, thread these nuts and bolts through, hook it on there while supporting it up, and then you can get 2 wrenches. I used the socket as well as a, I don't know where my power wrench is. Here we go. And before you fully put those lag bolts in, you want to make sure you are center, and that's center. And this was a lot of play because this kind of has some flex, right? So once I got those into the studs and secure, they were centered, came over here, look at that flat flush, right? I saved it. I saved it. Flat flush, get in focus, flat flush, and pretty much depends on itself, self-reliant. So I was able to, again, get 2 studs in. I'm gonna leave these loose because now we gotta get the last cabinet in, and that is reliant on this right here. So if I need to adjust it, I don't wanna lock it down permanently into the stud. I can probably back out, it's just not ideal. And we can adjust from there, but almost done. It's all together. This was a little bit more of a task. I missed a stud, so I'm fucking hell. Whatever. When I got double studs on that side, I think the slope of the garage on this side was giving me leveling issues, so that took longer than expected. But we do have everything mounted. So the only thing left to do is to attach that with the bolts and attach the tabletop, and we're gonna be done with that. And then we can move on to the slat wall. This, I decided not to mount this to the wall because 1, it's on the floor, 2, it's gonna be supported by the inner bolts here. And 3, if I was to mount it to a stud, it would be a little bit more recessed, and that's not the look that we're going for. So we're gonna go ahead and finish this up. It's attached now, so it's 2 screws. Leave them loose until you're ready to tighten them up. You wanna get this square with the lip right here and just play around with it. Notice this little gap, and this is just me being overly critical. Play around with this because there is some flex, so there is a bit of an illusion there that you might wanna pay attention to or play around with. This is the slat right here. I just use this to piece it up. And you can see it's kind of off the wall for the most part. But before you start screwing in, you want to make sure that it is a proper alignment. So this right here is the tabletop. Screw that into the left locker. And this also allows you to slide as you deem fit. Just the wood screws with these 4 underneath there to drill in. Same thing, wood screws here to drill in. You can put the NewAge in the front, or you can flip it around if you don't want NewAge to be showing. I'm gonna show the NewAge for the time being, but if I get tired of it, I'm just flipping it around. A little bit different that's not in the instructions. It just makes sense to me, right? So right now, I'm not securing it to the cabinet. I slightly screwed those wood screws in. They're self-tapping. Reason for that is once I get the slat wall in, I'm of course gonna put the overhead cabinet. I'm gonna get my contractor to put a outlet right behind here. And I wanna be able to slide this as needed to get the cord through. And I got a little lip. If I wanna bring it out like a little bit more, I can, if I give myself a little bit slack. But yeah, just a little bit of versatility, and I'm gonna see how that goes for a few months, and then I'll go ahead and secure it. use your discretion. Got the doors back on. Close these. A little presentation going on. And let's go ahead and place this drawer. Right here, get a test fit. You do have a gap there, that's to be expected. Because it just floats in there, and that's done. Only thing left to do now is the slat wall. And I'm gonna play around with this alignment here. It looks a little crooked to me. Bring it up a little bit. That's crazy. Keep in mind, a stud is not always straight, so spot check a few of them. Same thing goes with this, because sometimes they twist and lean and all that stuff. So go ahead and get the base on, drill in with 1/8. This missed the stud. I may or may not be able to hit that, but it's on there good. Hit that, and then you just stack on top, rinse and repeat. Slat wall is done, and the studs ain't going nowhere. I don't know why this one is loose, but nothing's hanging from that. It's hanging from this. So my last thing, finishing touch. This is magnet into place, rotate up. That's the finisher. We are done. Fully installed. I got the light covers all done. It's nothing but a Phillips up top, 8mm bolt down there. A little awkward getting it on, so I don't know how to use a bolt. The grand finale is gonna be these light strips. So they have 3M back. This is magnetic, and you can daisy chain them. So this is gonna be the first one. You can daisy chain up to 4 of them. And this is the one with the power cord. I'm gonna put this on this side, run it down this channel, because that's where the outlet's gonna be installed down there. I probably wouldn't have got these, if I'm being honest, if it wasn't for a steal on Black Friday with the slat wall. So everything has been engineered to work together. It's nice, but I think there might be a few more cheaper options out there on the market. Keep that in mind. See the vision of not bolting that up? Just reach down, and we're gonna tuck it in that channel. I'm gonna get some plastic with some trim tool, just wedge it in there. That's actually gonna hide the void showing the paint a little bit, or it may. Right up here, and connect the daisy link magnetic bars. So, like I said, I'm gonna need to wedge that in. That slat is a little tight, off center. I'll figure that out. But magnetic, just pull that tight. You can secure that if you want. And we got it running under here. Just for testing purposes, we're gonna go ahead and plug it into an extension cord. Light. Okay. Nice soft light. What temperature is this? 2700. So nothing too bright at the bench. Gives a nice little ambiance. The install is done. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and clean this up, give you some proper shots. So we got everything back in the garage. Of course, I don't have the wall rack for the wheels yet. I'm gonna have a contractor install that, as well as some shelves over here, but this has served its purpose. Top shelf serves for 150 pounds for capacity, if I'm not mistaken. Went ahead and got the slat wall accessory rack without a paper towel, but that's where that goes. Nice little arrangement there. Everything is really coming together. So let me just show you some of the organization. Comes with 4 shelves, and this is like my heavy stuff that I don't normally use. Nice organization compared to what it was. Light items up here. These cabinets above hold about 100 pounds too, I believe. Got my power tools in this cabinet. Heavy duty stuff as well. Just kind of stack it in there, serving its purpose. 2 jacks in here. Good thing about this clearance is I can slide this right underneath when I'm not using it. And that goes just fine. Same thing for this one. Look at how this rolls too, on the switch straps. Anyway, Detailing cabinet, lightweight stuff, junk cabinet, and I got some struts down there for later. And that's it in a nutshell. Came together real good. Real good. Go Ravens. We got our flags back up, of course. So that's it for today, y'all. Got the cabinets installed. Next up, we're gonna put the shelving. We're gonna put a 8x4. It's gonna come out to about here. I'm 6'4". This is low clearance, about 97 inches high. But I should be able to walk just fine underneath it using the right setting. Gonna put a 2x4 on this wall. It's gonna be a nice little L shape. And for these wheels, we will be putting it on this wall. Unfortunately, it's gonna be above the carbon fiber roof, which I'm not really ecstatic about, but gotta do what we gotta do. So therefore, we are paying contractors to install it anyway. That's it for this episode. Stay tuned, lock in to the other parts for the paint, the drywall, as well as the switch track installation. And for the next part of getting these shelves installed, that's going to be one of the final stages. Been another episode of BWI to ATXF, the channel. I'll catch y'all next time.